It took a while, but I finally got my Insta360 Luna Ultra. I'm going to spare you this story, but it is here now, and I was quite looking forward to this. I've seen so many people making reviews about this device, and sure, I checked out the first ones to kind of get an idea of how good it actually was, you know, to kind of taste the vibe. But before I give my opinion, I wanted to make sure I give it a proper test. So the idea of this video is to open up the box, see what's inside, give my first impressions, and also explain why I got this specific kit. Because there are different kits, and I completely ignored them for a really good reason. Now, before I get started with all of that, I do need to add that within the theme of this channel being, you know, smaller creators, starting creators, this is not going to be your first choice. With all due respect for Insta360 and what they're trying to do here, this is a device for someone that is a few years in and knows that they'll be posting videos, that they're not quitting anytime soon. Unless, of course, you have the cash to spare. In that case, well, do what you want to do. I'm not your dad, I think. Yeah, let's get started. I got my trusted knife. And there goes the wrapper. I usually throw it on the ground, but then, you know, nobody's going to clean it up. I have to. It is a pretty compact box. Look at this. I mean, so is the DJI. I'm trying to figure out how this slides open. Usually there are stickers kind of holding it in place, but I don't know. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Sorry, this is a magnetic box. It just opens from the side and it just does this. Oh. I love this little detail of a little card. A new chapter with Leica. Marius Eschweiler. That's about as German as it gets. But the main attraction is, of course, this guy. And he's already in the holder with a little protective case. I'm going to be honest, this was one of the things that actually drew me to the Insta360. In case you have missed my previous videos, I have quite a good deal of cameras, but when it comes to the gimbal cameras, this was my workhorse, the one I've been using for over the last year. It's the Osmo Pocket 3, and to be honest, I am still happy with this device. Now, I was convinced that I was going to get an upgrade because this device does have its limitations when it comes to image quality, but zoom, the second lens that the next generation has was very interesting. But then to kind of pivot towards Insta360, while I actually have a lot of microphones and whatnot that connect to this one, that needed a little more persuading on my end. And one of the things that actually had me go, all right, maybe that might be worth it, is this case. I like this case, but it's not super handy. It has some good uses in the sense that you can also store your filters in there. And it's actually a pretty good grip. It's better than just holding it like this, especially in my case because I have big hands. There's a little slot at the bottom that you can slide your DJI microphones in, so it definitely has its use, but I don't know. I still always feel at risk with this case. So this one seems a little more sturdy. Of course, also kind of nice that you have this little flip thing to it. That's just me. Just silly stuff. Who cares about that? Nobody does. But that also has room for the black mist filter, for the ND filters, so yeah. It kind of has the same features. Case. That was the first advantage. What stands out for me immediately is that I'm so used to logging this thing around with the extra battery. Yeah, this of course feels small. It's not fair to make that comparison because that is mainly because of the extra battery. However, in any comparison that I've seen between the Osmo Pocket 3, not the 4, and this one, is that I don't actually might need a battery extension on this one. So the better quality battery eliminates the need for that little extension. It also just feels a little more comfortable in my hand. Yeah, this is what it looks like if you just get it out of the box. As I said earlier, I have invested into buying microphones from DJI. I actually did a review of the Mic Mini 2 a few weeks ago, and they're still going to be useful for a lot of cases. Now, apparently, Insta360 has said, I don't know how official this is, that they're going to allow Bluetooth connection to microphones. So at some point, I should be able to wirelessly connect my microphones to this device. However, I don't think I'm going to need it. From everything that I've read and everything that I've heard, the onboard microphone is actually very good. I did purposely not buy the kit with the extra microphone because in my personal opinion, the Insta360 microphones are just way too big. And I don't like the round shape. I know on the pros you can change that screen. Fine, it's a gimmick. I do know that it's way better quality because of the different microphones that are on board. But for me personally, it's not worth it. And that in the end should be what motivates you to buy anything, if it's going to be useful for you. Now in that pack, they did have the smaller version of the Insta360 microphone, not the Pro one. But still, it's pretty big. The shape Look, I was a graphic designer for the longest time, so those things matter to me. If it doesn't look pretty. It's so silly when I say it out loud. But anyways, from what I've heard, pretty good onboard microphone might not even need an external mic, and especially not when I'm recording myself. And the fun thing is, it also comes with a little wind muff that is not a dead cat. There's also microphones on the side, so you're kind of covered. So I didn't get the kit with the extra microphone, I did not get the kit with the battery extension. What did I get, however? It's the basic kit. But what's included in that basic kit? Apart from the camera and, of course, the case. Well, let's find out. For one, there's this little extension that you can put at the bottom. You do not want to know how much of the recording of this video is me trying to unwrap things and failing at it miserably. You can slot it right here at the bottom in the USB-C port. It clicks in, and that moves the USB-C port to the back. But the main thing it actually does is that it adds a 1/4-inch thread, a little hole at the bottom that you can use to put it on a stand. It could be a tripod, whatever you want. But that's not all. Let's say you don't have a stand and you want to put it on the table. It actually comes with these little metal feet that you can flip out, and you can mount it that way. Pretty handy. I mean, it's all in the details. You know what? I'm going to use that right now. There we go. Other than that, I got, of course, the USB-C cable, a wrist strap, some manuals, stickers, an extra piece of foam for the wind muff, and poisonous candy. That's it. And all that for €729. There's already 2 things that I'm looking at of maybe getting, and that's a black mist filter because I love black mist filters. I've talked about this before. And ND. I think ND filters are always useful for any camera, especially since, well, it's midst of summer right here. As you might tell, I'm sweating bullets. We have like 30, 35 degree weather. But I do travel a lot to Greece. I'm going to LA in a few months, so yeah. An ND filter is almost going to be necessary. And Insta360 has a black mist filter and an ND filter. They are quite pricey. I think they're like 30 to 50 bucks each. So I'm going to look at what third parties are offering pretty soon. That should be coming. Anyways, for now, I'm going to remove the little foot thingy, the extension, and remove the stickers. This is always such a joyful moment. There we go. First time booting it up. I'm not sure how charged it's going to be, but here we go. We have a green light, that's good. Some action on the screen, and bam, we can dive into the settings. Love how it immediately straightens things out. Look at that. It's like being stared at by Wall-E. Good God. Right, what language are we going to choose? I think English will do fine. I need to connect this to the Insta360 app. Give me a second. I have it installed. You know what? I'm going to put this thing back on because that little foot is actually pretty handy. Alright, I'm in the app. I'm just going to have to tap the middle button to add the device. It shows my One X2, which is actually in that cabinet. Needs charging. But it did find my Luna Ultra immediately. And it's connecting. There we go. New firmware. Let's do an update. And here we are, a few minutes later, everything has been updated. It took about, let's say, 6 to 7 minutes to get the new firmware. Now, one of the other reasons I decided it was time for an upgrade is that it also comes with internal storage. I'm really bad at remembering if I put in my micro SDs in my Pocket 3. I have the same issue with my drone. And this one has 47 gigs of internal memory. The new DJI Osmo Pocket 4P actually has 100, if I'm not mistaken. So now, one of the standout features of this device, something that DJI does not have, is this. Look at this. So you have the screen right there, push these 2 red buttons, and you can detach the whole screen and the controls and keep the camera somewhere, I don't know. If you have it on the mount, or in this case, with little brackets, I can just set it down here and control it with this little screen. I can see myself. It's kind of weird, I'm going to be honest. The fun thing is that there's also the tracking is in there. Oh, it moves in a different way. Okay. This is actually pretty wild. It takes some getting used to get this done, especially if this is not the most flattering angle. It's straight into the beard. But the fact that you can do this, and the fun thing is, like, if I should wander away from my camera, there's quite a distance to it. I'm not sure what it is. I've seen different takes on it, but it also has a microphone in there, so I can just keep talking. Won't be an issue. Nice. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to discover a lot more as I start using this. As I said, I'm going to do a follow-up video once I've used it for at least a few videos to give my impressions. It gave me the whole tutorial of everything that is in there, the Leica filters, how you can set your frame rate and whatnot. All very good. The one thing, however, that I want to have answered by the end of this video is, okay, at some point, like I said, Insta360 is going to add Bluetooth so you can connect to other wireless microphones. But what if I'm cheeky and just add my receiver through USB-C? Is that going to work? So I have my DJI Mini. I have the little thing at the bottom so I can put the receiver right at the end of the device. It's making a sound. Yeah, I'm going to switch on my Mic Mini. And now the big test. Keep an eye on the bar at the top. There you go. You can see it move. course, this could be the microphone on the device. So let me tap my Mini. There we go. It's going into the red. So yeah, I can actually connect my mic Mini. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not recording on this device right now. Sorry. I was just going to say though, it's not the most handy setup, to be fair. Maybe it's even better if I just kind of, right, let me see. If I remove that little adapter, just slide it in this way. I mean, it's not ideal. It's far from ideal, actually. I think the best way to do it is just slot it into the bottom and make sure that the receiver is pointing forwards. Then it's manageable. I wouldn't suggest it. I would just wait till they release the Bluetooth update. But like I said, I don't think you need it if it's just yourself. In case I want to add a second microphone because there's two of us, if I'm out and about with my girlfriend, maybe. Other than that, I just wanted to check. It's good to know. So yeah, up till now, I'm kind of excited about this upgrade. Looking forward to giving it a try. Now, am I completely giving up on the DJI ecosystem? Hell no. I mean, there's still a lot of devices I use, and at some point, I might just decide to buy the Pocket 4 Pro. I mean, that's also one of the reasons I made this channel, is to be able to test all these different things and see the difference and give the advice that you guys need. So maybe I'll just loan one from a friend. That's also an option. We'll see. I can't wait to take this along. I do have to say though, I already noticed this thing is pretty warm to the touch. It's not hot, but it's warm to the touch. I wonder if that is going to be an issue. Make sure to subscribe if you want to learn about my experience. But that was it for this video. And now it's time for me to dive into the closest swimming pool. Bye.